Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca if you're new, and we are doing the December TBR. I cannot believe it is actually December. This is my birthday month. I'm very excited. My birthday is on the 5th, but I can't believe the year is almost over. It seems like 2021 just started, but no, we are in December. It's the final month of the year. So I have a very, very ambitious TBR, and I'm sure I'm gonna pick up some other books, but this is what I'm looking at so far. So I really just picked a bunch of books, trying to give myself something to choose from, just a wide variety. So I have a reread, I have some new ones, I have some Christmassy books, I have some romances, I have some thrillers. So let's just jump in and see what we got. The first book I have is a reread. This is a middle grade. This is The Book Wanderers by Anna James. I believe I first read this around this time last year. But this is the Pages and Co series. Follows Tilly, who I believe she's 11. She's 11. And her mother went missing when she was a child, so she's grown up being raised by her grandparents who own a bookstore. And Tilly discovers that she can walk into books. So this follows Tilly's adventures as she explores her new power and actually tries to find her mother. So I'm rereading these because the fourth book is supposed to come out this month. I believe it comes out on the 7th. Obviously not going to get through the first 3 books by the time the 4th one comes out, but I did want to brush up on the story before I picked up that 4th book. The next one I have is Lost in the Neverwoods by Aiden Thomas. This is the same author that wrote Cemetery Boys, which I have not read, but it is on my bookshelf and on my radar. So I do want to pick it up. So I believe this follows... Okay, so it's like a Peter Pan retelling, following Wendy and her 2 brothers who vanished in the woods. Wendy returns with no memory, but her brothers don't. So when the town's children start disappearing, the police start knocking on her door. I guess she's a teenager, because it says when Wendy almost runs over an unconscious boy lying in the middle of the road, Peter, a boy she thought lived only in her stories, asks for Wendy's help to rescue the missing kids. But in order to find them, Wendy must confront what's waiting for her in the woods. I've heard mixed reviews. Some people didn't like it. Some people said it just didn't meet their expectations. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to see what I think. I think it has seems like wintry vibes to me. That's based off the cover. It's blue. But we'll see. This is another book that kind of gives me wintry, cozy vibes. This is The Library of Lost Things by Laura Taylor Namey. I picked up this book, I want to say because it was compared to Fangirl and meets something else. I can't remember. But the tagline says, she'll read 1,000 happy endings before she finds her own. So I love books about books. I've said this numerous times on my channel. This book's about a library. So very much looking forward to pick this up. It's about Darcy Wells, who's spent her whole life keeping people away. She lives with her hoarder mother, but the balance of her life is threatened. She's forced to look up pages of the books she loves and accepts that finding her happily ever after means she needs to stop hiding and start living her own story, even if it's messy. So it appears like Darcy is introverted and she hides herself away in books, which I do tend to do. So I think this will be a very relatable book for me, maybe. So look forward to picking that up. The next book I have is one I bought last year, but I never got to because I bought it towards the end of December and just never picked it up. This is The 12 Dogs of Christmas by Lizzy Shane. Follows Allie Gilmore, whose grandparents, I believe, run a dog shelter, rescue shelter. And when the city closes the shelter, when the town closes when the town council closes the shelter, she spends the days before Christmas looking for new homes for these dogs. So it is a romance with the councilman, who is the one who voted to close the shelter, helping Allie as she looks for homes for these. It sounds really cute and heartwarming, and I very much look forward to picking this up. So that's this. The next one is more of a vibe, I would guess you would say, read. So this is Beasts and Beauty, Dangerous Tales by Soman Chinani. This is fairy tale retellings, and I think fairy tales are something that are really like warm, cozy, read by the fire type reads, so that's why I picked this one. It's retellings where I believe the princess or the girl in the story is more the heroine and less the damsel in distress, which love stories like that. So this has Red Riding Hood, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, Jack and the Beanstalk, Hansel and Gretel, Beauty and the Beast, Bluebeard, Cinderella, The Little Mermaid, Rumpelstiltskin, and Peter Pan. So 12 dangerous tales of mystery, magic, and rebellious hearts. So very much look forward to picking this up. Cover's gorgeous. Can't wait to see her view of these stories. The next one is more of a continuation read for me. I started this book a while ago, but I really got into it in November, so I want to continue reading it and finish it. And this is The Royals Next Door by Karina Halle. I'm loving this book. I cannot tell you how much. It really gives me Harry and Meghan vibes, and I love Harry and Meghan. So if you love that, I'm sure you'll enjoy this. I'm on page, I believe, 140. So cannot wait to pick this up. This is about Piper Evans, who is a school teacher that lives on an island when the, what are they? British Royals. Okay. Just British Royals move into the property next door, and she kind of butts heads with their bodyguard. So this is a relationship between Piper and the bodyguard, but cannot wait to finish this. It's so good. This next one is a thriller, and one that I've really been looking forward to picking up. I am kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Threatened. I'm kind of nervous about this one because I have started one book by this author and I'm not vibing with it. But this one sounds so interesting, so I'm kind of hoping I vibe with this one better. This is Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I have started Final Girl. Have not finished it. I don't even think I've gotten 100 pages into it, and it's just not working out for me. But this one seems so good, and I read the, what is it? Is it the prologue? I read the first section titled Now, and so amazing. But I really want to pick this up. I already have the bookmark in it. So this is about Jules Larson, who is is having a tough time, I believe, and she gets an offer that seems too good to be true. And I think by the end of the story we find out that it is too good to be true. She gets a new job as an apartment sitter at the Bartholomew, one of Manhattan's most glamorous and secretive buildings. She's recently heartbroken, broke. She is captivated by the splendor of her surroundings and accepts the terms, ready to leave her past life behind. As she gets to know the residents and staff of the Bartholomew, Jules finds herself drawn to fellow apartment sitter Ingrid, who comfortingly reminds her of her sister who vanished 8 years ago. When Ingrid confides that the Bartholomew is not what it seems, and that the dark history hidden beneath its gleaming facade is starting to frighten her, Jules brushes it off as a harmless ghost story, until the next day when Ingrid disappears. Searching for the truth about Ingrid's disappearance, Jules digs deeper into the Bartholomew's sordid past and the mysteries kept within its walls, which she discovers pits Jules against the clock as she races to unmask the killer, expose the building's hidden secrets, and escape a dream apartment that is quickly turned into a nightmare. That sounds amazing. So I really just want to pick this up. Definitely looking forward to that. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, and I say that a lot in my videos, but it's true. I look forward to every book I put on my TBR. Not that I always get to them. So I read a book by this author last year during this time, and it was amazing. It was perfect for the season, so I knew I wanted to pick up another one. So this is Winterwood by Shaya Earnshaw. I read The Wicked Deep last year. It was either October or November, and loved it. And I knew I wanted to pick this one up, so this sounds amazing. It's got the wintry vibes, and okay, I'm not going to be able to summarize this because I don't know how I want to put it, but this follows Nora Walker, who knows the woods of Fairhaven like the Walker women before her, and apparently shares a special connection. But she ends up finding Oliver Huntsman, who is a boy who disappeared from the camp for wayward boys. In the middle of the worst snowstorm in years. Was thought dead, but he's found lost in the woods with no memory of the time he was missing. But Nora can feel something's amiss. And it's not long after that she realizes she has no choice but to unearth the truth behind how the boy she has come to care so deeply about survived his time in the forest and what led him there in the first place. What Nora doesn't know, though, is that Oliver has secrets of his own, secrets he'll do anything to keep buried, because, as it turns out, he wasn't the only one who went missing on that faithful night all those weeks ago. For as long as there have been fairy tales, we have been warned to fear what lies within the dark, dark woods. This just sounds amazing. I have had this on my radar for so long, and I'm very much looking forward to picking it up this month. This is one that I just found an interest in recently. I found it on Amazon. I guess it was, or I don't know. It was recommended to me based on my past reads. So I was like, okay, let's check this out. And I read the synopsis and it sounded amazing. So this is The Last Tiara by MJ Rose. And this follows, what's her name? It has alternating POVs of two young women who each struggle to find their way during two separate wars. So it starts with Sofia Petrovich in 1915, favorite of the royal household and best friend of Grand Duchess Olga Nikolaevna, tends to wounded soldiers in a makeshift hospital within the grounds of the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, and finds the love of her life. Then in 1948, New York, Isabella Moon works to break through the rampant sexism of the age as one of the very few women working in a male-dominated profession, and discovers far more about love and family than she ever hoped for. So, in MJ Rose's deftly constructed narrative, the secrets of Sophia's early life are revealed incrementally, even as Isabel herself works to solve the mystery of the historic Romanov tiara, which is based on an actual Romanov artifact that is, to this day, still missing, and how it is that her mother came to possess it. The two strands play off each other in finely tuned counterpoint, building to a series of surprising and deeply satisfying revelations. I have been interested in the history of the Romanovs and Anastasia for years. Since I was a child, I loved that movie. It was one of my favorites growing up. So this is just a continuation of that interest and love for the history of that time. So I love the alternating POVs. I think it's going to be really interesting, and I cannot wait to see where this goes. So the final book on my TBR, I'm sure I'm saying this, and I'm sure I'm going to pick up like a million Christmassy romances next month, but the final book on my TBR is Come Tumbling Down. No, not Come Tumbling Down. No, that's a Sharon book. Down Comes the Night by Allison Saft. I believe this is a romance. I don't know much about it. It definitely has the winter snowy vibes. But it says, he saw the darkness in her magic, and she saw the magic in his darkness. So we'll just get to it. Follows Ren, whose reckless use of her magic has cost her everything. She's been dismissed from the Queen's Guard and separated from her best friend, the girl she loves. So when she's invited by a reclusive lord to come to his estate, Colic Hall, to cure his servant of a mysterious illness. She seizes this chance as a way to redeem herself. She's not allowed to leave her room after dark. Worse, her patient isn't a servant at all, but Hal Cavendish, the infamous Reaper of Vesra, and her kingdom's sworn enemy. Aw, enemies to lovers. Maybe. He also came to Colic Hall for redemption, but the secrets in the estate may lead to both of their deaths. Okay, so sinister forces, they have to join together if they have any hope of saving their kingdoms. But as Ren circles closer to the nefarious truth behind Hal's illness, they realize they have no escape from the monsters within the mansion. All they have is each other and a startling desire that could be their downfall. Ooh. Okay, so it's snowy, it's a romance, it's a fantasy. I'm there for it. This sounds really good. It seems like it has those snowy vibes I'm looking for this month. So we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure I'm gonna pick up a dozen more. Probably won't get to most of these because that's just how it works with my TBR. But that's my December TBR. I very much hope you guys maybe found a book that you might be interested in picking up this month. Please let me know if you have any recommendations or you're planning to pick up a book that I've mentioned down in the TBR below. Down in the comments below. Maybe we can do a buddy read. Definitely love that. Please subscribe. I have all of my links listed down below, along with my Amazon wish list if you guys feel the need or the desire to gift. If you don't feel up to commenting, please leave a snowflake emoji. Let's go with that. Hey guys, so this is editing me popping on to say thank you so much for the 100 subscribers that I've reached. I'm so thankful for all of you. I hope you are enjoying my channel. I started it because I love to read and I wanted to share that with everybody, and I've found so much acceptance on YouTube and in the booktube community. So thank you so much for reaching this huge milestone for me. It is a little over a year for me on YouTube, and I never thought I'd reach 100. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. And I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are. And don't forget to pick up a good book. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.